Welcome to the Fasting Podcast, Wow, Wellness and Optimal Weight. I'm your host, Julie Phillips, certified natural health professional for 2 decades. This is episode 54, Low Energy Level and Fasting. I'm going to read a list of possible ideas, and I'd like for you to see if any of these might click with you or possibly a loved one that's working on a program with you. I'm going to talk about each one and optional things that could be done about them. And if you come up with something new that might be your ticket to getting this resolved, then feel free to email me at the email address you'll hear at the end. Are you dehydrated? Do you have something called yeast overgrowth, candida, or fungus? And many people do. Is your body spending too much time on digestion because of what you're choosing to eat, or your eating window may be eating most of the day? Is it something to do with emotions, stress, worry, sadness, boredom, or maybe avoiding something? Is it possible you have a lack of B12, either consuming the food or uptaking it? A lot of people don't realize this. We'll explain. Lack of fuel to create the ATP, that's adenosine triphosphate, and energy in the mitochondria cellular batteries. That's hard to figure out, but we'll talk about it. What about a tolerance to electromagnetic fields that we're surrounded by, or energy blocks in the body? Maybe you have health challenges that interfere with or consume your energy production. A nice little fact here regarding energy is that when we burn 1 gram of fat, it's nice to be getting rid of it, but also it gives us more than double the energy when we burn a gram of carb or protein. We get 9 calories of energy from burning a gram of fat and only 4 calories of energy from burning a gram of carb or protein. So now let's go through each one of them. Many people, a major reason for being tired is dehydration, and roughly 70% of Americans are considered dehydrated and over 50% considered chronically dehydrated. We just don't realize. I hope you take the time to watch last week's episode 53 or listen to it. It's both a podcast and a YouTube. It's called Hydration on a Tight Budget. Maybe the most valuable episode so far in the past year. Candida. What about Candida? This is a really major topic for a lot of people, and it not only can make us feel tired, it can make us feel like we're craving carbohydrates or sweets. It may be foggy brain. If it's really bad after we eat a carby meal, maybe our belly seems to bloat out like a pregnant look, even if we're a guy. This one's a really super important topic, and I would like you to consider episode 22 on Candida, possibly 23 on parasites. What about the topic of too much time on digestion? Maybe you're eating lots of cooked food, processed foods, and it's really difficult for the body to break it down. Maybe you might want to consider choosing a lot more plant-based, all natural and organic as much as possible, and consider that you might have a possible allergic reaction, even to something that's healthy, believe it or not. So if you are thinking possibly you're allergic to something you're eating that makes you tired, check out episode 25. There's an NAET, allergy elimination technique, and a medical professional where I live. I sent her to this modality probably 15 years ago because she was falling asleep and had to take medicine to stay awake. Amazingly, her body was not energetically compatible with B vitamins and minerals, which she was taking to get more energy and stay awake. So once she was cleared energetically, boom, off the medications and plenty of energy. So she became an expert in that. It's definitely something to consider, episode 25. And then consider shortening your eating window. If you are currently eating in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and in between, maybe you need to give your body a break because it's working too hard digesting things. And if you're eating a lot of meat and processed foods, no wonder we're tired. If you especially need to take a nap after a meal, you might really question it's what you're eating. And if you're a person with the heartburn, burning sensation, or reflux type situation, definitely you could have a major challenge that needs to be addressed. So check out episode 19 on heartburn, and then also check out the K Plus Super Tonic, my favorite supplement ever, episode 46. The emotions topic is really a major reason many people are low energy level, whether they're fasting or not. But especially when they're fasting, they might be stressed and worried. They might be thinking, how am I going to keep up my goals? They might be sad. Maybe they're bored. Maybe they're avoiding something. So there are so many things to do to help with emotions. So it's best to just find what works personally for you, whether it's deep breathing, meditation, relaxation, hobbies, walk out barefoot, go to the park, volunteer work for some people, getting support, maybe more social life. And if you're having these emotional challenges, our WOW drops and our WOW adaptogen CBD elixir are phenomenal, both of them for emotions. And you can check them out on our website at the end. Lack of B12 consumption or uptake, which is needed for energy. If you're getting your B12 through regular supplements or through food, then it requires a certain stomach intrinsic factor to properly utilize it. And some people don't have the right intrinsic factor. Also, it requires sufficient hydrochloric acid to utilize it properly. So people that get heartburn are very suspect. So if you're a heartburn person, you might think, I wonder how I'm doing with my B12. And the doctor blood test may be able to tell you that. Vegans that are avoiding all animal products, they might be challenged because they might not even be putting it in the mouth, because an awful lot of our B12 from food sources come from the meats and fishes, that type of things. It's best, rather than getting B12 injections, which some people like, I like best the under the tongue, so it goes straight into the bloodstream. And that B12, the best format possible, which is called methylcobalamin, that the body really utilizes, it's the natural kind, is in the second bottle of the WOW drops under the tongue. Also in that same bottle is something to help with stress. And in the first bottle, there's something to help with emotions, including addiction. So those WOW drops are just absolutely incredible and backed by a very impressive clinical study. If you feel like you might not have enough nutrients to make the ATP, the adenosine triphosphate energy in the cellular batteries, you might want to check out episode 37 and 38. This is like if you're really tired, you have a poor diet, and you're challenged and you really need help with your health. 37 episode is on mitochondria, the cellular battery, and 38 is on glycation. This one's very important about sugar sticking to fats and proteins in the brain when you might have memory and shaking problems and that type of thing. Also in the arteries, all kinds of things. So check out episode 37 and 38. There's actually a mitochondria nutrient technology that I'm an expert on in the United States. I studied with the Spanish experts. What about a tolerance to electromagnetic fields and energy blocks? Well, some people are really tired because we're so bombarded with our cell phone radiation. We wear all these gadgets and they're not always safe. We could easily turn our Wi-Fi off, at least at night. Some people actually use wired connection to the internet instead of using Wi-Fi, but we seem to be surrounded by it everywhere we go, and it's not compatible. So there are different types of protection for device emissions. They don't stop what the device is doing. They change the way the body is receiving it. Also, check out, do you have proximity, like maybe behind your bedroom wall near the headboard? Maybe there's major electricity going there. So you might want to consider moving your bed. They have these little kits where you can check the voltage of what's happening around the house and in the different outlets. Also, are you right next to a major electrical facility that's bombarding you? So that's a very important topic. What if you've got major health challenges, including lack of the deep sleep that interfere? Of course, you're going to be tired if you don't get that deep repair recovery sleep at night. That will interfere with your energy level all day. What if your health challenge is interfering with energy production? Now, what's interesting is this is being released in March of 2020, yet in the beginning of April 2020, they are making available in the United States a phenomenal energy technology. It is classified by the FDA. They cleared it as a class 2 medical device, and it's like a little clip-on that has little electrodes you can connect to your fingers or ears and use it for multiple people. And right in the definition, it says an example would be fibromyalgia, migraines, chronic pain, depression, anxiety, sleep disorders. So I'm very super excited about that. And if you've got all these different health challenges or lack of deep sleep, you might want to also consider either the short-term fast, episode 48, or the longer-term prolonged or extended fast, which was episode 13. And we're going to have another episode coming shortly on major health challenges, what I would personally do. We actually, in our WOW toolkit, have 4 different products that are amazing for helping with energy, and they do many other things. So if you would like input on those 4 so that you might want to consider trying one of them, email me and I will give you feedback. There's one from the WOW Drops company, there's another from the Digestive Gut Blend company, and there's one which is actually the K Plus Super Tonic. And that company has another product that helps with energy and discomfort and mood and things like that all in one bottle. So many choices here. If you're interested in trying a supplement that will help with energy and do a lot of other things, just contact me. Possible next steps. Watch the related episodes that we've already mentioned and check out our website that includes the slides for this and each episode, www.jpwowprograms.com, and direct questions or feedback to me, Julie, at jpwowprograms.com. We hope that you give us a good review if you're on iTunes, and we hope you subscribe whether you're on iTunes or YouTube. And remember, stay positive, focused, and determined, because where the mind goes, energy flows.